All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing today? All right, sounds good. Welcome in, everybody. Today is Sunday, December 22nd. We're doing another installation of the Sunday Conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about why networking is essential if you want to meet your goals and become a millionaire young. We're going to be talking about why networking is essential for career growth. We're going to keep this pretty simple, and we're going to run through these points. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the chat. All right? Number one, opportunities are often hidden in career growth and entrepreneurial situations. Many job openings or career advancements or entrepreneurial activities and opportunities are never publicly advertised. They are filled with referrals and internal recommendations and entrepreneurial connections. Networking helps you tap into this hidden job market by building connections within the people that are in this business and with our building entrepreneurial connections, and that they could vouch for you, whether they know you're a good entrepreneur or whether they know you'll be a good candidate for the job opening. So any questions as we're going through here, guys, please feel free to put them in the chat. That's what we're here for. This is a Sunday conversation. We're going to go back and forth, and we're going to have a good conversation about it. That is the goal of these videos. So please put some in the chat if you guys have any questions. Number two of why networking is essential is learning from others. Plain and simple. Networking allows you to gain insights and knowledge from professionals with more experience and diverse perspectives than you may have. This is true for jobs and entrepreneurship. Mentorship opportunities often arise through networking, where seasoned professionals guide you in navigating challenges and situations within your business or the job search. So when you're going to a job search, let's stay in the job search realm. Learning from others is super important. You know, being somebody who may have older siblings, and you get to see how they go through the process of getting a job, going to college, getting a job, and then working their way up the corporate ladder, that's one thing. But being someone that can learn from somebody with entrepreneurial experience is even more, is more juicy, right? You learn way more stuff from a seasoned professional that has their own business and that has gone through the entrepreneurial steps to make money. So that's number two. Number three, essential to building a network to become a millionaire, is personal branding. I think honestly this is the most important one out of all three, because your personal brand drives what you could do, what you could sell with your name on it, or what you could do to bring money to entrepreneurial endeavors. So let's talk about this one. People in your network act as your advocates. Sharing your name in the right circles and reinforcing your personal brand is super important, because you want to work with people who know you and that could vouch for your name, that you have done great work in the past. That's the goal of all this, to work with people that you know that you've made money with and that you've made them money, and they're like, yes, Bobby Neishman's a great worker. He's going to bring everything he has to the table, and it's going to make your brand look way better. So number two on this, consistent networking builds your reputation as a reliable, competent, and resourceful professional. That is how I like to bring myself to the table. I want to be known as reliable. I want to be known as a competent professional. I want to be known as resourceful and professional in every endeavor that I do. Nobody wants to work with somebody who doesn't show up on time, who doesn't work hard, who isn't competent in their field of profession, per se, because who wants to work with people like that? They're not going to make your business better. They're not going to want to hire you if you don't do that kind of stuff. So be someone that's reliable, shows up on time, you're competent in your profession, and you're resourceful to your boss or to other entrepreneurials that you're working with, and show that you could bring some stuff to the table here. It's not that hard, right? Number four, career advancing. Networking helps you stay informed about industry trends, new skills to learn, and companies that align with your goals. It's not just about landing your dream job. It's about opening doors for promotions, collaborations, or partnerships, and finally, other job opportunities. So in career advancement, think about this. You get out of school. You're 22 years old. You just graduated college. You're ready. You have your degree. You're ready to go to school. what does that look like for career growth? Because you might land a good job out of college. A lot of people do, a lot of people don't. But if you land a very good job out of college, what does that look like for career growth? It might be tougher to grow in a job that pays very well out of college, but you maybe make better connections. You make better partnerships and collaborations with people in other parts of the company. But if you get a low paying job out of school and there's a lot of room to work up, you might not have those pros and cons, or the pros of collaborating with higher ranked people or partnerships with other people. So that's just something to keep in mind, that I think career advancement, people don't teach in career advancement, because you want to be able to work up in your company. You don't want to land a job that's like, okay, you're going to have to wait 5 years and then maybe you can become a senior, and then 5 more years you become a manager, or whatever it is, So just make sure that you are staying on top of your career advancement, making sure that job openings are available and you put your name in the hat. That's the most important thing. If you're going to work for somebody else, right? You're not going to be a solopreneur, you're not going to be an entrepreneur hiring people, and you're going to work for somebody. You still have to go about your day like you are your own boss, because that's the most important thing. Only you're in charge of your income. Nobody else is in charge of your income. The company, they have their salary that they give you, right? But at the end of the day, you are in charge of how much you make. You're the one that's going to go into your manager's office and ask for a promotion. You're the one that's going to go and ask your director for a promotion and all this. So what that means is that you're in charge of your income and nobody else is in charge of it. So that's how you have to think. That's the mindset you have to have. And especially when you're going to be applying for new jobs external of your company, you have to understand what your value is, what your worth is. And that's how you could position yourself with leverage to get the jobs that you want and to get more money and get a better job. So that's just some career advancement advice. If you guys want to talk more about career advancement, please let me know in the comments below, and we could definitely talk about that and talk about the corporate ladder and all of that working up. So number 5, in the final one here before we get into some other points, support system. So what does that mean exactly? A strong network offers support in different ways. This could be emotional support, advice during tough situations in an entrepreneurship endeavor, and encouragement that helps you stay motivated. I think that's the most important one, is having people that will be on your side when things aren't going the right direction. It also helps you navigate career setbacks such as layoffs or challenging problems that come up in entrepreneurship where you're losing money. Having strong support systems like family, partners, or maybe employees is super important. So make sure you guys have that. Any questions, guys? Those are the 5 tips on how to become. So those are the 5 tips on why networking is essential to become a millionaire in today's day and age. So I hope you guys are writing those down, and I'm going to have the full YouTube video out later this week where I'm going to put down some slideshows and show you guys exactly what some of these say. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe, like the video. So getting into some more points here that I think are effective in networking, and I'll start here. I think I only have 5 of these as well. 1, start small in your networking circle, right? Begin networking with your immediate circle, coworkers, classmates, friends, family. Write down their email addresses, write down their phone numbers. Make sure you have all their contact information. Make sure you follow them on social networking, LinkedIn, X, Instagram, all of that, right? Make sure you're building your network from within, right? Family, friends, people you went to high school with, college, and then you can get into coworkers, others. That's starting with your immediate circle is super easy, and it's going to give you a wide range of people because you know more people than you think you know. Number 2, attend local events, conferences, workshops to meet professionals in your field or industry. So whether you're in construction, you could go to construction events, or whether you're a nurse and you go to nursing events and you could talk to people from different hospitals, anything like that. So just start small, go to local events, conferences, workshops to teach yourself and to learn more about your industry. All right, next one, be genuine in your networking interactions. Networking isn't about asking people for favors to do something for you. It's about building relationships and friendships and focusing on giving each other value. Ask thoughtful questions to people when you first meet them. Show genuine interest in the other person's work and listen actively when they're speaking to you. Don't let it go in one ear, out the other, right? You want to understand these people and what they want in a partnership, entrepreneurial endeavor. What do they want out of the partnership from you? So just listen to what they have to say, and you're going to learn a lot about what they're looking for in an employee, in a partnership, anything like that. That's super important. Number 3, and one that I've been working on better myself. Number 3, leveraging social media. This is probably the most important one going into 2025. So platforms like LinkedIn are excellent for connecting with professionals globally in a job market. So LinkedIn, very, very good for job networking. Lots of recruiters out there. If there's someone that has a job that you want, you could send them a direct email, all that. I use LinkedIn a lot. Engaging with posts, sharing your insights, and joining relevant groups to stay visible on Facebook, on X, things like that. Just making sure you're commenting, interacting with posts that you find valuable or you find is going to help you in your industry. Just chime in with your thoughts. There's no cost to that. It's free. Just chime in, connect with people, shoot messages into the DMs or whatever you have to do, right? So follow up. Number 4, following up and staying consistent. After you meet someone, send them a follow-up message or an email thanking them for the conversation or thanking them for their time if it was a meeting. And maintain the relationship by staying in touch periodically, sharing articles or updates that they might find valuable. This is an easy way to stay relevant in someone's digital world, per se, right? Because it's easy to follow somebody on Instagram or get somebody's email address. That's going to go in your book of email addresses. But how are you actually going to stay relevant in their life so that they're thinking of you when something comes up? They're like, oh, well, Bobby Neishman does e-commerce. How am I going to stay in their mind when they go to start an e-commerce store in 2025? Well, if I'm sending them follow-ups and they're seeing my post on social medias, like, oh wow, Bobby Neishman does e-commerce. That's right. So I'm going to reach out to him when I first start my business. So those are just things you could do to stay consistent and stay in somebody's mind when you're going to do a partnership with them. Number 5 here, the final point on this: attend industry-specific events, conferences, webinars, meetups, and provide opportunities like-minded people that are out there. So if this provides opportunities for like-minded people that are out there, professionals or potential mentors for you to learn more about a specific industry. Right, so those are 5 more points on how to network effectively. So I hope you guys write those down, take them seriously, because it could really change your career path or your entrepreneurial experience. Just networking with the right people is super, super important. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I see we got some viewers, X, YouTube. Welcome in, everyone. Happy holidays. This is the last Sunday conversation before Christmas time. So I hope you guys are all enjoying the holidays, spending time with family, getting some presents, all that. Alrighty. So let's jump into some more how to network topics, right? Next point is going to be how networking can impact your career long term. This is going to be corporate, or maybe not corporate, but just your career, whatever that may be. So let me think about this for 1 second. Real world statistics, right? Over 85% of jobs are filled through networking, whether that's social media or in-person speaking. Only 15% of people that fill out a resume online and submit that resume ever hear back and get the job. Excuse me. Isn't that crazy? And that is how majority of people go through job applications, is they fill them out and then they'll just submit them into the void and they'll never hear back from those companies. So 85% of jobs are filled through networking or word of mouth. So my tip for this, and one that I found very effective when I was coming up and getting jobs, is Reach out to recruiters on social media. Recruiters' jobs are to partner with companies that have open positions, and then they fill those positions with like candidates that they see fit. So update your LinkedIn profile, update your portfolio website. Maybe you're a developer and you build a website with your resume and it shows all your projects and all that. Make sure you stay up on that stuff. And when a recruiter does reach out to you to schedule an interview, you're prepared. You show them everything you've done in the past and why you're a good fit for this role. That is how I got both of my jobs out of college, is a recruiter reaching out to me, not even me submitting an application for the job first. Someone reached out to me via LinkedIn or via, I believe I met somebody at a career fair for my first job. And then I was deemed as a good candidate, went through the interview process, ended up getting the jobs. So it's just a great way to go about it, and make sure you stay up on your resume. So people referred by somebody inside of a company as well are 4 times more likely to be hired than a candidate that has no connection within that company. So if you have somebody in your life that works at your dream company, whether that's Google, Apple, Microsoft, right? If it's somebody there and they could refer you to the company, you're 4 times more likely to be hired than any, and you're qualified. Of course, you have to be a qualified candidate, but you're 4 times more likely to be hired than any person that does not have an internal connection. So what is your return on investment when it comes to networking? Right? This is a non-tangible thing. This is something that you're just talking to another human about. It's non-tangible. You can't physically get the value of networking on a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper. Okay, like this guy's worth $1 million. This guy's connection is worth $500,000. But so how can you calculate the return on investment here? So your time spent networking often yields high rates of return, from job opportunities to professional development. So what you have to calculate is your business strategy behind that. What is somebody going to bring to the table for you when you network with them? Not to say you should just cut somebody off if they don't bring any value to you, but what can they bring to your business? What can they bring to your job opportunity growth as a manager, as a senior manager? What can they bring to you? And that's how I would start to calculate your return on investment. So when you go out to these career fairs or you go to conferences, whatever it is, networking events, what value does this person bring back to you? And that's how I would start to calculate your return on investment in networking. Because if you're going out and networking for days on a time and you're out drinking and buying drinks for people and you're conversing, and at the end of the conference week, you have 3 emails, 2 connections on LinkedIn, and you don't remember anybody's name, well, your return on investment for that week of buying drinks, buying a hotel, meeting all these, buying tickets to the conference, your return on investment's not going to be anything. So this is a part of a business strategy, is when you go to these events and networking, you have to understand what you're going to get back. So that's a super important point. So like even a single strong connection can lead to a cascade of a snowball effect of advancements in your business or in your career. So that's just one to keep in mind, is that you have to understand what you're going to get in return from some of this. So I'm going to wrap the episode up now. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this, but I'm going to give you guys some actionable tips to take with you from this episode. So set a goal to connect with at least one new person each week. This could be a coworker. This could be a random stranger that is at a conference that you're going to. Whatever it is, set a goal to connect with one new person each week. Action point number 2, create a LinkedIn profile that reflects your current skills and your current goals as a professional. So if you don't have one right now, get on there, because it is so easy to get a job on LinkedIn. I don't think people understand this, because like I said, the recruiter's reaching out to you, and just the world we live in where you could see what jobs are out there. There's millions of job postings on there. Create a LinkedIn profile that reflects your skills and your current goals. It's also a great way to make money and have clients reach out to you. All right. Number 3, join one professional group or attend one professional event this month. This one might be the most difficult out of all of these because maybe you don't have events near you or anything like that. But joining a professional group via social media where you could put your ideas out there onto the internet, and maybe somebody who has done that could comment on that post, and they could tell you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, how you can improve, is super, super important. And it's a free way to do it with the internet in today's day and age. Everything on the internet is almost free, so you have to take advantage of this if you're a business professional. Really toning in your online presence and your online strategies is super, super important. My final thoughts here on this episode: networking is a long-term strategy. It's not about instant results, it's about building relationships over time. Do not try to meet somebody and then the next day you're going to go into business with them. That's just not how it works. If you meet somebody of a very high status, they probably get that a lot. So don't do that. Build a connection with them, understand them, let them understand you, and you can move forward. So approach networking with an open mind and focus on adding value to others, and you will go a lot further in your career, I promise you. All right. Thank you guys for joining the Sunday conversation. Any questions before we log off for today? I hope you guys got some value for today. Like I said, I'm going to chop this up into a full-length video later this week on YouTube with some points on the board so you guys could see them, write them down as well. But if there's no questions, we'll see you next week.